Imagine a highly advanced artificial brain, capable of processing massive amounts of data, yet completely trapped inside a solitary digital box. The problem is how this intelligence communicates with the outside world. It relies on standard APIs, application programming interfaces, the digital bridges that let software talk to each other. But right now, it can only cross one bridge at a time, strictly in sequence. If a single connection breaks, a human has to step in. A developer acts as a manual middleman, babysitting fragile API calls and resetting the system before the machine can move to the next task. We call this an automated workflow, but it is really just an illusion of automation. The business remains restricted to the pace of human maintenance. Every time a person has to approve a task, move data between platforms, or manage scattered .env files, the hidden text documents where developers store secret passwords, they create human drag. This friction forces developers to spend time repairing basic software connections instead of writing the core logic that actually drives the business forward. But what if the AI could access every service through a single configuration layer? As long as a human is required for every handoff between tools, AI cannot operate at machine speed. Look at this terminal interface. This is a browser-native command center running entirely on local client-side compute to achieve zero latency. This is the entry point for Zero NCMP, a universal AI orchestrator built specifically to break large language models out of their linear single-tool constraints. It works by replacing scattered API credentials with the .0n standard. This is a single, universal configuration format that functions like a master key for AI tools. By standardizing the configuration, a single natural language prompt gains federated access to over 1,500 tools across more than 100 different services. Standardizing this layer allows a standard chat interface to function as an enterprise-grade command center. To safely run a network that large without human supervision, Zero NCP uses a patented 3-level execution hierarchy. This diagram illustrates level 1, the pipeline. These are the overarching sequential phases of a project, establishing strict milestones from initial intake through final delivery. But if we look closer at any single phase, we find level 2, the assembly line. These are the autonomous decision checkpoints housed inside the pipeline. Instead of pausing to ask a human what to do, the assembly line allows the AI to evaluate real-time data, test conditions, and dynamically route information on its own. By separating the broad strategic plan of the pipeline from the real-time logical routing of the assembly line, the system provides the rigid guardrails required for an AI to execute complex workflows safely. Which brings us to the orchestrator's ultimate capability, level 3, known as the radial burst. Watch what happens when the AI clears a decision checkpoint. It abandons sequential action entirely and fires multiple commands outward in parallel. Let's say you type a single natural language command to finalize a closed deal. In the exact same millisecond, the orchestrator executes its first action. It securely generates the financial invoice. Simultaneously, it drafts and sends a customized confirmation email directly to the client. And without dropping a frame, it notifies your internal team on their communication platform while permanently logging the interaction in your central database. The radial burst completely bypasses the limitations of one-to-one API calls, achieving maximum throughput by turning a single human thought into simultaneous digital action. You might expect an operation of this scale to carry a massive enterprise price tag. But look at the bottom of this digital execution receipt. The total cost is 1 penny. That is the economic leverage of a federated system. You can command over 100 services simultaneously, and it costs exactly 1 penny per API call. Operating at this speed requires absolute security. That is why the system relies on an AES 256 encrypted vault. The vault is hardware bound directly to your machine. Your API keys and credentials are encrypted locally, meaning they never leave your device exposed or unencrypted. ONMCP removes the friction of scaling by ensuring that autonomous execution remains secure. It is time to stop the manual labor of building and fixing workflows. Your only job should be describing the business outcome you want. You now have a self-correcting network of 1,500 tools standing by, waiting for a single natural language command. Stop connecting tools one by one.
orchestrate them as a unified network. Visit onmcp.com and turn it on.